Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. So, decided to try Mana Traders for a second time. We went with a lower price plan, so don't have access to as many awesome decks, but we do have access to more decks than just 5-color Jund Death Shadow now. So this morning we're playing 5-color humans, you know, Ether Vial and 37 creatures, and then another 15 creatures in the sideboard. Not much to say about it other than you're using your creatures, some like Kitesail Freebooter, Meddling Mage, Thalia, and Thalia to disrupt them. Reflector Mage is good against other creatures. And the rest of the deck is just setting up pressure. Mayor of Averbrook, Thalia, pump your humans. Champion of the Parish and Thalia can become really big beaters. And beyond that, you can pressure them in the air with Kitesail Freebooter or Mantis Rider if they're coming up the ground. And your sideboard is just a bunch of different bullets and matchups. Dark Confidant and Grindy matchups. Aethersworn Canonist against various combo decks. Fiend Hunter, where you need more removal. Mirran Crusader against mainly Death Shadows. Anthro Necromancer against removal heavy decks. Reflector Mage, where that's good, is Stagcaster against smaller decks. Vythian Renegades against things like Lantern and Affinity. And then Anafenza when you need Graveyard Hate or just another big butt like against Jeskai. So we are off the 5-color Death Shadow train for a little bit, but figured it'd be nice to bring you guys another deck. I mean, this deck has been played to death in the format, but I honestly have not had a chance yet to play it, so hopefully. Alright, there we go. So beyond that, we got 19 lands, 4 mana dorks. Not sure if this version is better than the Collected Company version that I played before, so I guess we'll have to keep an eye on that. Guess I'd like to play first. Alright, so what does this hand do? Turn 1 Noble into turn... Yeah, we'll keep this hand. Seems pretty reasonable. I mean, it's a bunch of creatures. What else am I supposed to do? Maybe a little bit mana heavy for this deck, but can't throw back hands like this. Turn 1, Noble Hierarch. Go. Ironically, it doesn't even matter if this survives, right? So, see what our opponent has here. Oh, good old DS. DS Shadow. Wow. So are they thought seizing us or fatal pushing this guy? Yep. Alright, looks like Thalia it is. Get to follow up with Mantis Rider too. Alright, sure. Only one land. That's fun. So I think I'm just supposed to get... just start Mantis Ridering them. Next turn we can disrupt them with the other Thalia. Don't want to attack them with So it looks like from Verdant Catacombs that they're actually the 5-color version. So I'm really kind of wishing I had played Thalia that turn. So what am I supposed to lead on here? So force them to act. Okay. And pass. Okay. So what are you fatal pushing? Oh, that to cast Opt. Alright. So they might be Grixis Shadow, but this is... Verdant Catacombs is a little weird for Grixis. And... Yep, scoops. Alright. Now, against Grixis... There's a lot of different cards that could be alright. Definitely want Mirran Crusader. Reflector Mage is decent against them. There's some consideration for like Necromancer or Fiend Hunter. This might also be like a Confidant matchup. So what cards are actually actively bad against them? Mare isn't as great in a removal-heavy matchup. Maybe we'll take out a couple of Mares and... Part of me just feels like I'm supposed to have Dark Confidant on this matchup. And yeah, they can be aggressive, but they can also be grindy, so... Maybe it's just supposed to be Mares for Mares. Kind of turn into a little bit of a grindier deck. I had a very interesting draw last game with Triple Death Shadow, or not Triple Death Shadow, Triple, yeah, no way we can keep this hand. One land, Ether Vial, hoping to scry into a second land, yeah, seems pretty reasonable. Or is it supposed to be Ether Vial that we're boarding out in this matchup? I know like Merfolk likes to board out Ether Vial in some of the grindier matchups. So they went bottom top. Plains Vial go. Yes. Mantis Rider. So their main removal spell of choice has to be Meddling Mage, right? Or not Meddling Mage, Fatal Push. So I think we're just going to run out Fatal Push naming, or Meddling Mage naming Fatal Push. Alright, Thought Scour, sure. Terminate. Maybe kick command, do this, blow up that. That's what it looks like. Yep. Feels like a game we're probably going to lose. They just have too many cards and too much, Young Pyromancer. Okay. Land, please. Ether Vial. Yeah, just what I wanted, right? And I can't even cast, well, this is our first awkwardness of the match. So yeah, I think we board out Ether Vial, especially with K command here. Fatal Push on Thalia. Nope. Looks like they're on the Young Pyro plan this game. Snapcaster Serum Visions? Sure. Alright, I mean, at least gives us a prayer now. So, red that. Blue. I don't think we're winning the long game, so I think I just gotta pressure them as much as possible. Alright, opponent's chumping. Put them to 11. That means their Death Shadows are turned on if they have them. Okay, sure. Is it big fishing time? It's a risky opponent. Sure. Get to take one of our reflector mages. No good attacks, which means you probably don't have a removal spell here. Human. Bounce short dash shadow. Because that's the only card that really matters right now. Question is, am I attacking with Thalia? I think the answer is yes. Terminate on which one? Okay. Terminate's annoying. They triple block Thalia here. Yeah, this just feels like a game we're losing because we've got almost as much mana as they do. And we know they have a Death Shadow in their hand, so. Del Fatty, most likely. Yep. Ah, Street Wraith. Yeah, this game's over. Alright, so note to self, Ether Vials come out in this matchup. Yep, Ether Vials definitely come out. So, Canonist, maybe. Fiend Hunter. Necromancer, Static Caster, Renegades. I think we just bring the Mayors back in. Hope to hit our land drops. Guess I'd like to play first. Alright, I mean, this hand isn't fantastic, but it does have among the best pressure in our deck, so just get that into play tapped and pass. Am I supposed to run out Mayor here or Thalia's Lieutenant? I mean, gonna figure whatever we play here is probably gonna die, so. That's surprising a little bit. Alright. So still trying to figure out the Verdant Catacombs here, unless they're just trying to throw us off. Is it Tasigur? Tasigur or a Fatal Push? Tasigur. Alright. Ooh. I mean, this isn't maybe the best start of our human hand, but Reflector Mage was a pretty decent draw there. Alright, opponent just passes. Maybe. Gonna terminate something, Kolaghan's command something. Looks like K command. Oh, terminate, sure. Guess we're on the... Oh, wait. I can't even cast Master Rider, can I? Nope, that's kind of awkward. Oh, well. Well, let's play out Horizon Canopy. Go ahead and play out this. No Fatal Push. Alright, then we'll just crack Horizon P on end step. So I guess they could replay Tasigur here, which would kind of bring our offense to an end. Going to 6 is a little risky. So they're shocking themselves. Weird. To be... Thalia isn't relevant here. We're past the point where Thalia is taxing them from 2-spell turn range most of the time. And as far as the mana base, I'll be brutally honest, I just took a 5-0 list and went with it. Alright, we really need a... Alright, I mean, it's not a horrible consolation. Hopefully our opponent doesn't have, like, Snapcast or Anger of the Gods. So... This list seemed pretty similar to a lot of the Fatal Push. Yep. Alright. We know our opponent has a Tasigur in hand. So. And does not look like... I would figure if you had Snapcaster, you would have just waited to see if you drew a land. This is probably Tasigur being recast. The reason not to crack Canopy is if I already have a 2-drop to play, which I did with Thalia's Lieutenant, you don't want to expose whatever you draw off of it to a discard spell, especially when you already have a play lined up. Now it looks like our opponent's just going to hold up their removal spell mana. As we continue to draw things that don't let us cast our spells. Not going to attack here because we know they have Tasigur, so the card that makes the most sense here is Snapcaster. They're just hoping to get a 2-for-1 by me attacking into it, them killing a creature, and then... Alright, now it's Snapcaster, Anger of the Gods. So if we can peel one of our lands that allow us to cast this Mana Rider... Mana Rider. Mantis Rider. We should be in good shape here. Just Casker. Interesting. Alright. Alright, well now we can start casting Mantis Riders. See if they have blue, red, white, Mantis Rider. So let these guys continue to grow. So if our opponent had nothing, this would be lethal, but we can presume our opponent has something, so I'm just going to play Mantis Rider, force you to answer it. Hey, there's a Snapcaster, go figure. I still think our opponent would have been better off holding up Snapcaster Anger of the Gods, but what do I know? Sure. Which means you either have a Death Shadow or you're confident you have enough removal spells to hold me off. Or just have another Anger of the Gods. Ah, Street Wraith on defense. Okay. So... that, blue, that... So I think I wait one more turn on attacking with these mopes, just because it doesn't appear they have a ton more removal spells. And then they need to be able to answer both Mantis Riders in the next turn cycle. Just want to say thanks for everyone hanging out this morning. Yeah, they would, but my creatures are worth more to me because they continue to grow. So yeah, I probably should have attacked with the 4/4. You're right on that count. I probably should have attacked with a 4/4. The heck is this? Okay. Sure. I'll give you Terminate that you can't cast. No, actually, I'll give you Dismember, because you can't actually use that this turn. No, the 4/4 would have died because they have 5 power. They would have... Oh, you're right. I should have... They would have had to block all or die. You're right, you're right, you're right, you're right. Lethal on board, miss. Gotcha. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Yep, that was a punt. I missed lethal that turn. You're right. Because you're right, they would have had to block across the board. I was so concentrating on not learning my own lesson. Yeah, you're right. You're right, sorry. I should definitely have attacked with both. Which I don't understand why they were attacking with Tassacre then. That's kind of bizarre. Guess they didn't think we had another Manus Rider or something. But yeah, that was missing lethal on board, you're right. Hey, thanks for the follow, CyberOptics. Alright, so we are on the draw. I think this hand's fine. I think we lead on, what, Vile on 1. Yeah, seems fine. Excuse me. Oh, wonderful. Blue-white control. Yuck, yuck, yuck. In fact, I think I played against Dov with 5-color Death Shadow, so... this is gonna... Not to go... Oh no, they're... Oh, this could actually be entertaining. Yes. So am I supposed to hit them with a freebooter here? I think... Yes, I'd like to use this ability, Champion of the Parish. I think I'm supposed to use freebooter here to take away, like, if they have something relevant. Doesn't look like they have anything too relevant here. Would like to draw a 3rd land next turn. But beyond that, I mean, they've got a bunch of creatures. But eventually ours will be able to outclass. As long as they don't draw freaking... Alright, there's the island. Alright, Leon and Arbiter, sure. Get in with our Thalia while they can. I think Noble Hierarch is an acceptable replacement for a land. See if our opponent chooses to block. They do not. Yes, I'd like to use this ability. No, I just tapped it for funsies, Magic Online. So that Selfless Spirit could make things a little awkward for at least one turn cycle. See if they play anything post-combat. So they're planning on holding up either Queller or Thalia. So attack with these two. Yeah, that probably would have been fair. I don't think it matters because I don't think we're attacking with Noble either way. What I was thinking was play out Noble and then just attack with one and then... Yeah. Sequencing errors, sequencing errors, sequencing errors. Alright, so we know they're going to flash in one of these two. The question is, am I supposed to vial in Thalia, or am I just supposed to attack them with Mantis Rider? See if this gets them to bite on one of it. Path Exile. That is a card, isn't it? I don't even know if I have another land to search. Yeah, that would have made sense. See if I even have another basic land to search. I don't. Alright. Fails to find. File in. Yes. And Thalia would have forced them to use. I'm surprised that Path is the route they choose to take that turn. Okay, Judge's Familiar, yeah, whatever. It's a blocker. Selfless Spirit, okay. Yeah. Knew there was a reason I was playing it, but I couldn't remember what. Queller is a card. No reason to go up on Vial. So am I... No, we know all the cards in their hand, don't we? No, Spirit's out, so we know two of the three. Yeah, I searched it because I couldn't remember if I had another basic or not. I didn't think I did, but I wanted to have access to the mana in case I did, so... Actually, Reflector Mage is better saved. I was planning on vialing in Thalia in regards to any creatures they were going to flash in. Was effectively the same. Wasn't exactly the same effect, but it forced them to. So Mantis Rider, get in for 5 in the air? Or am I playing out... I guess we play out Thalia here. Is it Thalia or Freebooter? I think it's just Thalia. This becomes a 3/3. So, I'm trying to think, am I supposed to Reflector Mage something here, or Mantis Rider them? I think I'm just supposed to Mantis Rider them while I have the ability to do so. Not the ability to do so, the ability to... When we attack with our big idiots, attack with that, the 2 flyers... I don't know if I'm supposed to attack with Thalia, though. I know Freebooter and Mantis Rider are a no-brainer. Thalia's Lieutenant. Thalia is curious. I don't think I'm supposed to swing with Thalia here. I guess it would force... Attacking with Thalia would have forced them to block something. But yeah, they're just going to trade off here. I didn't want to give them the chance to trade off with Heretic Cathar, especially since they have Selfless Spear here. And next turn we have access to Reflector Mage to kind of blow them out in combat. Kitchen stinks. Well, that's an interesting one. Freebooter. Ding ding. So 3, 6. But if they go that line, then they have other flyers. I suppose that would have been lethal around Finks, but we're presuming that they just don't draw anything besides known information. But yeah, it might have been correct to play Freebooter there. I wanted to get Thalia out there because it further taxes their Path to Exiles. So they couldn't go like Path plus 2-drop. So yeah, you're right. Too much stuff to play around with this deck, even as the pilot. So we know Arbiter and Spirit. We know they have Queller and Mind Sensor. I think I'm just supposed to hold Reflector Mage for this point. There's some consideration to activating Horizon Canopy main phase here, but okay, their third card's Leonin Arbiter, none of which is particularly relevant. I don't think I'm supposed to attack with anything else here, because Thalia just trades off with either one of these two Is there any reason to attack with the rest of the creatures? I don't think so. Maybe Guardia Thraben, because this forces a trade-off with Earthalia. And then we have Activate Hat, Canopy, and Reflector Mage something, if it comes to that. But it looks like they're just going to... But flashing stuff in has no good. I understand you have flash capabilities, opponent, but it doesn't matter. Alright, Windswept Heath. Not particularly relevant here. Another Mantis Rider. 3, 5, 6. I got lethal in the air. Unless they have exactly path here. Yep, that's game. Oh, and that was game 1. Gotta be careful on time. Alright, so... These freebooters are kind of garbage. I mean, flying is nice, but they're not going to grab anything relevant a lot of the times. Reflector Mage seems fine. Staticasters are probably decent. Some consideration for Anafenza and the Fiend Hunters. Question is, what other cards will we cut? What cards are actively bad in a creature mirror without a lot of removal? Definitely want the Ether Vials. Meddling Mage may not be the greatest, but there are a lot of cards that we could lock them out of. Maybe cut like one Thalia, get in both Fiend Hunters? Crusader doesn't do anything against their deck. Renegades, we didn't see Vial or Copter. Zathrid Necromancer. Bobby. Yeah, I suppose Bobby would make sense. But what am I shaving for him? Yeah, I might shave like one mage and... Because we know a lot of what we want to play around with mage anyway, just from what we saw that game. So, first meddling mage is probably naming path, and then beyond that, maybe we're supposed to cut a vial on the draw. Because they're not great in multiples, especially in the later game. And this game does have the ability to go a little bit longer. Well, seems fine. Hollowed Fountain, go. Alright, so we have to use our... We're using our fetch on turn 1 because... am I interested in Temple Garden or... I think we need to grab Hollowed Fountain here. This is almost too mana heavy of a hand. Alright, opponent plays nothing. Mantis Rider. Human. to exile. So we don't have any in our deck, we don't have to worry about it. We'll end step the Noble. Field of Ruin. Kitchen stinks. Alright. Activate. Yes. So am I supposed to activate this again in response? I think I am. Just tick it up. Yep, that kind of helps a little bit. So am I supposed to go Noble double Thalia's Lieutenant, or am I supposed to Noble Hierarch? You're thinking Mantis Rider, Thalia's Lieutenant? Alright, well, going with that line, because I don't have a ton of time here, because I don't want to time out in a game 3 should that happen, so yes. Thalia's Lieutenant. Hmm. The problem with attacking is, by the fact that I had to keep Ether Vial down on 2 because I didn't activate it before Thalia's Lieutenant, I could easily get blown out by something like Queller. Queller double block, gain 2 life from... I should have played Noble here. Yep, here comes Even Mind Sensor. Sword of Fire and Ice. No, he didn't tap his mana until his end step there when he just played the Even Mind Sensor. Are you talking about the turn he played Finks? I had no good attacks the turn he played Finks other than the... Alright, another Thalia's Lieutenant makes this pretty academic. I've attacked with Mantis Rider each turn and it's been down. That's the damage we've been doing. Opponent concedes. I was gonna say, we've attacked with Mana Strider twice, have we not? Oh, okay. I'll take your word for it. Dear Lord, I can't believe I punted that badly if I missed an attack the turn I played it. I don't think I did, though. I'd have to go back and watch. I honestly don't know. You might be having lag. I'm pretty sure... I'm pretty sure I attack with each turn I had it in play. It's generally not one I miss. Guess I'd like to play first. So this hand, I think, is a mulligan simply because we only have 1 mana, and if we brick off, we pretty much die. Trying to think, is it worth keeping a 1-lander? I thought I did, because he was at 22, then 17, then 12, and then big board, he died. I don't know. You could be right. No, he was at 22, then he went to 17, then he went to 12. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I mean, it does in terms of order of operation, but... Probably should have bought him that, Champion of the Parish there. Arid Mesa doesn't tell me much. So... go and grab... Am I supposed to grab Hollowed Fountain or... Guess we grab Hollow Fountain since we already have a blue card in our hand. And there's a chance that whatever we play out here just dies if this is burn anyway. Arid Mesa, just there's too many different decks this could be. Could be Jeskai, could be Burn, could be... Looks like we got good old Valakut. So I think this hand's going to be too slow against Valakut. Especially if they have like an Anger of the Gods or something. Oh my. Looks like we're playing good old wow. We're playing against another aggro deck. Tribal Flames Geist. Looks like. And if they go Geist on 3, I'm just going to vomit here a little bit. Termagoyfen. We need a land, please. I said land, not creature I couldn't cast. So the only reason I know what this deck is I've actually played it before. And it's actually quite an interesting, yeah. It's definitely Tribal Flames Geist. Still need a land. um. Oh, wow. I think we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next game. um. Alright, so they've got all kinds of interesting stuff over there. They've got Pass, they've got Bolts, they've got Tribal Flames, they've got Lightning Helix, they've got Geist, Tarmogoyf, Wild Nacatl. So suffice to say, their deck is all over the place. Reflector Mage might be okay against them. Anafenza is probably decent. Renegades don't do anything. Staticaster, nothing. Necromancer, eh. Fiend Hunter would be fine, but they have all those freaking bolts. Some consideration for Bobby, but they're an aggressive deck as well, so... And they actively have reach, so that is kind of... The question is, what am I cutting for this Anafenza and Reflector Mage? Probably like one Vial in case they bring in something like Stony Silence. And maybe a Mare since it's kind of weak against the removal package. It does normally, but they are usually packing for Path to Exile. So it's not quite as good in this matchup. So here's another tricky hand. We were at least able to cast our first two spells and Meddling Mage. So I think we keep it, but it is... There's certainly some consideration for Necromancer, but like I said, it also has issues against Path to Exile. Now maybe I overtax them if I'm actually able to play out all my cards, but I think if we would have been able to actually cast all of our spells, we probably would have won last game. Nacatl on one. Feels like a Nacatl or a Bolt. Nope. They've got the cat. Seriously? They have Gut Shot? If they have Gut Shot here, that is so gross. Guess we play a freebooter, try to take them off with some of their removal. Am I seriously about to get gut shot here? I was like, seriously, am I about to see a gut shot? Tribal Flame. Oh, this hand is so disgusting. Alright. So we have to take Path because their most efficient next turn is Path to Exile Grim Lavamancer. So no sense in attacking this turn. It's quite the hand you got there, opponent. Alright, there's the Arid Mesa. They may not be Geist if they've got Voice of Resurgence in their deck, though. Yes, go ahead and attack. No, I'm not blocking because I know it's a 3/3. Oh, it looks like they got stuck on lands. For some reason I thought I had Reflector Mage in hand. What am I doing? Alright, so I'm supposed to play Mantis Rider here, or no, say, did you draw another path here? Play out Ziggurat. This will force our opponent to act if they want to cast the path this turn. So now we get to name Tribal Flames here. Is it Tribal Flames? Yeah, I think it is. Get this Meddling Mage out of... Grim Lavamancer range. Alright. So now they can activate Lava Man and play Tarmogoyf? Maybe Voice? We've got the ability to play whatever spell plus crack Horizon Canopy, most likely. The only thing they can kill with Lava Man is Thalia's Lieutenant. So... Alright. There's Voice. Alright, no... Ether Vial. Just what I want to draw. Oh, very awkward. Play out Ether Vial and pass, I guess. Now they get to shoot Thalia's Lieutenant. And then we're just kind of staring at each other for a little while. So we know two of the cards in their hand are Tribal Flames and Tarmogoyf. So they're not going to activate Lava Man. That's interesting. Goyf is currently a 3/4. What are they trying to accomplish with this attack? Alright. Snapcaster Path. Alright. Where are you pathing is the question mark. No. I think we're pretty much dead here. Yeah, probably attacking that turn would have been okay. But Voice still makes Combat not very profitable. I blocked because that creature is only alive as long as they want it to. So there's no way I can get that creature out of Lavamancer range at instant speed as it was set up, so it's better to take 3 points of life while I can. Especially since basically our only out at this point is looking to be Mantis Rider. Yeah, I think Mantis Rider was our main out there. It's probably I should have attacked the turn I had the 6/6. Just trying to think if there's anything else we could have done this game other than attacking that turn. Because I suspect humans' biggest weakness is pressure backed up by various removal. Like something like Burn could be a problem I could easily see if you can't get your creatures out of 3. Yeah, we had one more turn potentially, but we have to throw. The problem is we have a turn, but we don't have a turn because we're going to have to block with the 3/3 meddling mage that turn, and if they're able to kill it, they unlock Tribal Flames, and we're dead regardless. Because that Tribal Flames was at least worth, I think, 4 damage at that point. I think the only thing they didn't have was a swamp. Yeah, I needed to draw Manus, but we weren't seeing it that game, so. That seems perfectly acceptable. Question is, what am I fetching here? Probably, I think Temple Garden here. Temple Garden, play out Vile. Vile on 1 is great. Vile on any other turn is just hot garbage. Okay. Waiting until their second main phase. Birds of Paradise go. It doesn't change the spells I can play this turn, so... birds into forest, could be a couple things, could be Ponza, could be, now we're looking more towards the Ponza or Green Devotion into the perspective. Blood Moon? Okay, cool. Too bad Vile isn't on 3 here, but let's go ahead and use Vile. They have anger, they have anger. this point, we're locked out on our Ether Vial, so there's no sense in just need to kill them as quickly as possible. Tireless Tracker, sure. Tireless Tracker, no land. That's interesting. Yes. So am I just supposed to, like, Reflector Mage Bird and attack with a 5/5? Is that dumb? So if I Manus Rider, I get in for Manus Rider. Screw it. We're going for Reflector Mage on Bird. Or actually, is it Bird or is it... Yeah, I think it's just Bird. Mana screwing them seems so nice here. May as well attack with Lieutenant. If they want to trade with Lieutenant, I'm perfectly fine with that trade. Alright, so you're dead next turn. Gotcha. Alright. Got a forest. Hoping to draw a Mana Dork? Question mark. Alright. So, based on that opening, I think they're the creature-heavy version of Ponza. So, what's good in that matchup? Because they're playing like Tireless Tracker, Huntmaster of the Fells, Obstinate Baloth or Thragtusk, and Inferno Titan. And then we know they have Blood Moon, so we could easily get locked out of games. Static Caster is a consideration for their mana idiots. I don't think on the draw that's where we want to be. Some consideration for Anafenza. Reflector Mage seemed fine that game. It might be decent against their creature plan. They'll probably have some number of angers on the board. But if it's anger, Zekromancer wouldn't be worth it. I think Freebooter's fine if we can cast it. Like, all these spells are fine if we can cast them, but that's no guarantee under Blood Moon. So, I think we'll bring in Mirren Crusader and Anafenza. And then board out, like, this is instant or sorcery. Okay, non-creature, non-land, that goes up in value. Maybe board out like one mare and a... I would consider boarding out Vial, but we really need our Vials in this matchup. So maybe it's just supposed to be that and just two mares. You know, for a deck with just all creatures, there's a lot of decision points to this deck. Alright, we've got Vial Keep. Double Vial, actually. I was about to say they can't Blood Moose here, but that just changed. Okay. Hopefully we draw a land here. Nope, just another Ether Vial. Alright, well, I mean, this game's gonna be Master of the Fells. Yep, Ponza doing Ponza things. Oh. No. Playing. Magic. Go ahead and kill the wolf. That kills it anyway, so that didn't actually do any good. Am I supposed to play out a third vial here, or am I supposed to play out Champion of the Parish? Guess Ether Vial, since I can play out Champion via Yep, here comes Ravager. Yeah, especially since I can just vial in Thrun. Everybody runs from Thrun. this ability, no. This ability, yes. And yes. So I draw planes. One, two, three, four. No, I don't want to cast anything main phase right now. Because the card I'm mainly worried about playing around is Inferno Titan and Anger of the Gods. So playing stuff main phase doesn't do a lot here. Guess I'm supposed to... Am I viling in Mage here? So Huntmaster gets to flip back around. No. No. Yes. Mayor of Avabrook. Inferno Titan. Alright, opponent scooped. I don't think that's actually supposed to be a good matchup. all their removal and all of their other stuff. But they are more creature heavy than the older traditional versions, so the fact that our guys can just get out of brawling range kind of helps. So, I'd like to take every moment to thank everyone for this last match pops up. Thanks for tuning in. If you like what we're seeing on this channel, despite all my punts this morning, feel free to hit that follow button. We also have a YouTube channel that a lot of our stuff gets rebroadcast on, so feel free to check that out. Link is below. And this hand... This hand is great against combo, but god-awful against most fair decks. Oh. Alright, well, so... Judging by this opening, our opponent is one of two decks. Well, I guess it could be one of three. This could be Naya Burn, but more likely, I'm guessing either Living End or Dredge. So, if it's Living End, we've got them covered. If it's Dredge, gonna be a little bit tougher. It's Burn. Okay. Glad we got that out of the way. Nothing says how are you quite like a bolt to the face. Yep. A Targus command. Okay, they're just old-fashioned Naya Burn with wild Nacatls. Reflector Mage. What kind of nonsense is that? So I guess we go ahead and lead on Freebooter here. Force our opponent to act if they have a 1-mana spell. Looks like they may not. Oh my. Shard Volley, Searing Blaze, Lightning Helix. So their hand is Lightning Helix, Shard Volley. Seems like a not so great hand. Question is, what am I putting in here? See if they were... No, they can't afford to Shard Volley right now. Alright, opponent just scoops. Alright. Naya Burn. Is there even any good cards in the sideboard for Burn? Anafenza is pretty decent. Reflector Mage might be okay. Fiend Hunters, no. Crusader, no. I guess there's some merit to Zathra Necromancer in this matchup. Canonist, no. Dark Confidant, no. Renegades, no. Four on the defense. 4 Reflector Mages. I'm thinking Reflector Mage is just a decent card in the matchup, especially because we don't have any other answers to something like Eidolon. So, and I'm thinking our worst card's probably Mayor. Yeah, Mayor just seems like the worst card overall. Yeah. Creatures with 4 defense. Unfortunately, there's only one in the sideboard. So, yeah. Yeah, Anafenza is a good card. Oh. So, is this hand worth our Noble Hierarch dying keeping? If our Noble dies, we have to draw a land to cast anything else. I think that's a mulligan. Yeah, Sand's keepable. It's not good, but it's keepable. Thalia's Lieutenant. I think we're going to bottom that. We really need a 3rd land to turn this hand into something acceptable. Especially since we're probably going to be on the actually getting beaten down play in this game. Alright, well, I mean, we're not casting Ether Vials this game. They've got the good burn hand, too, of 2 lands and perfect mana. Oof. Lava Spike? Yuck. 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 Why do I even say stuff like, oh, we're not casting Ether Vial, and then we draw Ether Vial? See what they got over there. Ugh. Good. Lavamancer's disgusting. Bad part is, I don't think I can afford to block here. Noble Hierarch. How nice of you to show up. No, actually I have to Reflector Mage this nonsense. We are not racing them, so... And since I'm not willing to block with this freebooter, I may as well attack with it. Another Swift Spear, sure. Let's do some math. 3, 6, 6, 15. Get this into play, get this into play. Becomes a 2-2. I think Manus Rider's our best line. Because I think if they would have had a removal spell, they would have already used it on Freebooter. Sure. Alright. Unclaimed territory. Human. So... Searing Blaze, kill Freebooter, get back Boros Charm. Deflecting Palm. Ironically, Deflecting Palm puts us to 7. 7. Buys them another turn. Or does it? Might buy them another turn. We'll see. Ironically, the card that would be the biggest blowout in this particular spot, they can't have, which would be a Tarka's Command. Which they very well may have boarded out. Alright, get back Boros Charm. Boros Charm our face, and then we're dead next turn, probably. Alright, do you have the burn spell? You do. Alright, does anything change on the draw? Or on the play? I don't think so. So that was Burn's best draw on the play, and it barely beat us. I think that's pretty good. Of course, that said we could easily mulligan and die here. Yeah, like a hand like this. I think this hand's fine. Horizon Canopy to the bottom. Pass. Goblin Guide. Okay, we get to draw Thalia. Which we already knew we were getting one anyway, so... The time for Eidolon to show up? Okay. Kitesail Freebooter. Oh. Double Rift Bolt. So... I think we go ahead and attack with Thalia here. Go and get our planes. Oh yeah, that's definitely the plan. That is definitely the plan. Which, even if they kill Meddling Mage, they still can't cast them, so they're like really... Yep. It's almost as bad as having your Rift Bolts processed by a it's almost as bad as having them processed by a what is that one? The 2 and a black Eldrazi that gives creatures -2 or -3. Well, see if we can get this stuff out of bolt range. Yeah, Wasteland Strangler, thanks. Go ahead and hammer them while they can't Deflecting Palm us. Next turn, if we draw a land, things get lands or spells. I think we're in fairly decent shape. Yeah, I've played a lot of Burn over the months, so it gets really entertaining. Is okay, they're Boros charming my face, sure. Oh, they're not attacking. How unfortunate. Oh, okay. Now things get to get really stupid. So Kite Sail Freebooter. See what we know what we need to play around over there, opponent. Searing Blood, Rift Bolt, Lava Spike, and Boros Charm. So I think the only card that I care about in this hand is Searing Blood. So I think that's the card we take. Yeah, the moment Burn stops attacking, they're in just a load of trouble. And then I don't think there's anything they can do to get out of this next turn. So, humans. Yeah, it's a thing. So, trying to think of what it is about this deck that... I mean, obviously their mana has some issues, but that's going to happen anytime you play a 5-color deck. You can eliminate their first wave of stuff when they're playing off the top. I think you're usually pretty good. I mean, this build didn't have Tireless Tracker, which I don't think is a great card in the deck with as few lands. I don't know. There's been a couple different versions of humans over the months. This 5-color version with Aether Vial. You have the Collected Company version. I think both types have their merits. You saw Aether Vial single-handedly save us against Ponza. So, deck's obviously powerful. For a deck with like no non-creature spells other than Aether Vial, there's a lot of sequencing and a lot of playing your creature spells in air quotes, correctly, which I punted my way through so many first couple of matches, and yet still 4-1 pretty easily. So, deck's obviously very powerful. Beyond that, I think it's just tweaking with the mana base here and there. I honestly think you need all 12 of the 5-color lands to make this work. I think 11's a little too sketch. Beyond that, I mean, you guys saw 4-1, again, in the hands of someone who's never played the deck before. Pretty solid. So, thanks everyone for tuning in this morning. My name is Dusk, or Duskblader, here on MTGO. Play a lot of Standard and Modern here. Mostly been leaning towards Modern, with Standard getting ready for a new set coming out, and not a whole lot of major Standard events coming up before that. And beyond that, I normally stream in the late evenings, but I woke up earlier this morning, so I figured I'd do a quick stream. Wanted to play Humans for a while. Beyond that, feel free to check out our YouTube page. We've got quite a bit of Standard and Modern content. Been playing a lot of Death Shadow, 5-color Death Shadow lately. Been playing various different things, so feel free to check that out. If you like what you're seeing here on the channel, feel free to hit that follow button, and feel free to check out our YouTube channel. Subscribe over there. Thank you very much for tuning in this morning, and hope to catch everyone again later.